Hi everyone. Antayin ko lang si Coach Harry kasi siya yung siya yung kausap ko talaga. So, yan. Hi Coach, nandiyan ka na pala.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Yeah, just got in. Just got in.
Ayan. Anyways, kumusta? Kumusta?
Nice, nice lang. Actually, kakagising ko lang.
Ano,
Yeah.
nap or ganun talaga yung shift mo?
Kaya kasi naghabol ako ng dalawang proposals, video proposals.
Ah,
Kaya inabot ako ng madaling araw.
mm.
Tinulugan kasi ako ng dev namin na nagpa-pricing.
Ay, ganun.
So, nagising siya alas 4 na.
Ayun
Ala,
lang.
alauna kami daw. So, yun.
Sige,
Inintay ko. Kaya mas na-late ako ng tulog.
I see. Anyways, good luck dun sa proposal mo. Sana makuha.
Yeah, actually, yung isa close naman na. So, parang formality na lang.
Ah, ay,
Tapos yung isa, yun, variable pa. Tignan natin.
galing, galing. Coach, sorry na. Anong pinaka-offer mo talaga? Kasi, di ba meron kang parang coaching, parang personality development or something, mindset coaching, ganun. And then, yung sa international, same? Parang about mindset din, ganun.
Actually, ang pinaka-offer ko, kung sa freelance, it's consulting.
Mhm.
So, systems consulting, more on business processes,
Mhm.
client acquisition, onboarding, service fulfillment, workforce management. Yeah, so more on the process. Tapos, yung coaching kasi, it's something that I do on the side.
Mhm.
So, hindi siya yung main thing. Pero, siya yung pinaka common na alam ng, na alam ng mga tao that I do.
Oo.
Um, as for coaching, I do high performance.
Mhm.
So, it means uh, that touches on mindset, productivity, leadership, uh, yeah, yung tatlo na yun yung main things about.
I see.
Ay,
Ayun. Sige. It's good to hear.
sorry yung video ko seems to be not working for some reason. Pero
Naka-blackout lang siya or something. Pero,
okay, not sure why.
it's okay. Ah,
Sige, sige.
paano ba natin 'to gagawin? Sinong mauna?
Kayo.
Sige.
Actually, I have no idea, pero baka may mga topics, may mga gusto kong pag-usapan and stuff.
Oo nga eh. Actually, parang this will be the first. Ayan!
Ayan.
Oh, same pa tayo ng background.
Hmm. Oo,
Ayun. Actually, parang this is the first time that I'm going to do this with another person, with another coach, ganyan. Na parang geek
Hmm.
out session or something. Actually,
Yeah.
kaya medyo na-excite ako kasi parang it's been a while since I've brainstormed with anyone. Kasi ayun nga parang puro parang puro launch ganyan ganyan etc. Parang nandun na
Yeah.
brainstorming.
Busy, busy.
Oo, sobrang busy. Kumbaga parang yung storman namin is all about parang how to increase the conversion rates, etc., how to
Hmm.
basically copywriting ganyan, marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. Parang it's a breath of fresh air for me yung session natin today. Ayun, Brian, Diana, do you have parang something to share before we really start with the session? Or parang do you have your own systems when it comes to building or parang alam mo yun, managing the knowledge that you have? It's okay kung wala. It's okay kung talagang nakisit in lang kayo just to learn. And sabi ni Brian, 5 a.m. wake up call from Sunday to Friday. Nice. Actually, gusto kong gusto kong ma-achieve yan, 5 a.m. na nagising every single day.
Discipline.
Kasi lagi akong parang 9, 10, minsan maaga na yung 8 or 7:30 ganyan. Anyway, sige. If you really want to parang see our systems, siguro unahan ko na. I'm going to share yung system ko. Although hindi pa talaga to polished ng super kasi I've just started using Notion. Nasa Notion kasi ako eh. Ikaw, Coach Harry, saan ka gumagamit ng ano?
Ako is I have pen and paper tapos Google Sheets. So I haven't actually nagma-migrate na ako sa Notion.
Mm-hmm.
Pero mag-uusap pala kami ni Celso.
Nice. Galing. Ayun. Actually, you should actually talk to Celso kasi sa kanya, actually hindi sa kanya eh, pero from one of her students ko narinig yung Notion. And after that, parang sumuot na ako sa rabbit hole ng Notion. Yeah. And I tried to consume a lot of resources, free YouTube videos, ganyan, about it. And dun ko actually nabuo yung knowledge management system that I currently have. So, ayun. Anyways, share ko yung screen ko. Actually, nakakaya to kasi medyo magulo pa siya. Saan ba yung share screen ko? Wait lang. Ayan. Notion. Ayan. Actually, medyo makalat pa talaga siya kasi yun nga, I'm still trying to make sense out of this parang overall system. So parang meron pa akong mga dito, mga bin-rain dump ko lang na na mga pages, ganyan, etc. Mga links. But for my knowledge management system talaga, ito yung medyo kahit papaano may form na. Kasi yun, medyo kakasimula ko lang. Yung pinaka-ano ko talaga, tawag dito, parang lalagyan ng knowledge ko is the Mind Palace, what I call Mind Palace.
Yeah.
Dati parang knowledge tags, kaya ganito yung icon ko. But yeah, ito yung Mind Palace ko. So, my Mind Palace is, for example, there's a room here, tapos all about businesses, meron akong nasa Knowledge Lab, meron akong nasa Swipe Files Lab, tapos mentor, kung sino yung mentor ko about the business, content lab, etc. Yung content lab is are those na ako yung nagpa-publish mismo. So, dyan din siya. And of course, yung course and books. Actually, madadagdagan pa siguro to over time, but currently, this is what I have. So, for example, I go to business, I open this one. Hindi pa siya nakaayos talaga, like this one. For example, Facebook ads. Pagbaba ko rito, makikita ko lahat ng articles or lahat ng entries sa Knowledge Lab about Facebook ads. So, ayun, merong Facebook Ads Academy. Those are the courses. So, meron ako yung kay Coach Julian, yung WTF Ads Strategy. And then, ayun. So, pag kinlik ko, for example, itong Facebook ad benchmarks or one of the lessons inside that, yung sa Facebook ads na room, makikita ko agad yung yung lesson about benchmarks. Ganyan. So, for example, benchmark niya is ito, 5%, 1%, and 20% conversion rate. Minsan, kapag marami talaga, gumagamit ako ng table of contents here. Wala lang akong exact sample right now kasi ito is super ikli lang na na lesson. So, ayun. For example, punta ako naman ng yung knowledge lab. As in, dito ko talaga dinadump lahat ng na pwede kong or lahat ng natututunan ko. Although, ang problem ko ngayon is kailangan kong masanay that everything that I really learn, mailagay ko agad. Kasi minsan nakakalimutan. So parang pag nabasa ko siya, dapat maglagay ako agad. Yun yung talagang kailangan kong parang disiplinahin. Ganyan. So for example, punta naman tayo sa business. Yan, managing your profits. This is something that JTL shared inside the tribe. So dapat pala inano ko to. Itatag ko yung tribe here. And then, ayun, managing your profits. Umakyat siya kasi nakasort siya based on the date modified here. So para alam ko kung ano yung latest information na inedit ko. So if I open this one, nandito yung buong lesson that JTL shared dun sa tribe. Tapos yun. As in, maano ko na siya. Tapos here, parang ito kasi yung mga tags na makikita ko agad. Sige, itong managing your profits is about business. Itong PLR sites is about, private sites. Tapos ito is about Facebook ads. Tapos yung mga naman, kasi may mga topics na parang siya, applicable din in other topics. So for example, rapid web pages that would fall under landing page, sales pages, and web design and development. So, meron din akong ganun. That if I click here, I can easily go to, for example, sales page, tapos kung ano yung mga laman niya. So, in this case, rapid web pages. And then, here, mentor, wala akong nakuha. I'm not sure bakit, or baka idea ko lang siya. Kaya walang mentor. Tapos yung swipe files. Tapos, ayun. Actually, interesting dito yung not necessarily that interesting. But for example, in copywriting, meron akong swipe files lab na parang, for example, mentor ko, one of my mentors is Lucas Reshiski. So, I follow him sa sa email list niya. Naka-subscribe ako. Kasi nag-aano ako I'm trying to learn copywriting pa din. Kasi parang ayokong mangalawang. So hanggang ngayon nag-aaral pa rin ako. Consistent. So meron kasi kaming tinatawag, I'm not sure if you're familiar, Coach, but meron kaming tinatawag na hand copying. So sa akin naman, in my version, instead of writing it on a piece of paper, I type it sa keyboard. Parang, sa keyboard naman kasi talaga ako nagsusulat, so parang muscle memory or something. Ayun, dito ko siya tinatype. So everything related about copywriting, meron akong mapupuntahang swipe files, meron akong knowledge lab na lessons ganyan na mapupuntahan agad when I click the open. Ganon. So meron akong knowledge lab, meron akong swipe files lab. Tapos kung sooner or later magkakaroon naman ako ng content about copywriting, of course. I mean, actually meron na nga, hindi ko lang siya na-publish dito. So gagawin ko, I will just link the database here na na parang sa content lab, nakalink sa content lab, and ilalagay niya yun dito. Tapos isa-sort ko na lang siya, or filter pala. I-filter ko na lang siya na dapat yung Mind Palace contains copywriting. So, lahat ng entries dito may copywriting na tag. Parang ganun. So, ayun. Actually, yun yung Actually, meron na pala. Hindi ko lang na-link agad. Pero yun. Parang ang concept
Nice.
talaga dito is parang tahi-tahi siya. And parang may isa akong go-to na table or database, which is yun nga, yung Mind Palace. And makakapunta na ako sa kung saan-saan. Whether it's Knowledge Lab, Files Lab, Content Lab, or even yung books na binabasa ko or yung courses na inaaral ko. Sa books, yung nalagay ko pa lang dito yung Atomic Habits, but marami pa yan.
Yeah.
Hindi lang talaga nakalagay pa lahat. But that's basically my knowledge management system.
That's cool, man. Parang na-excite ako lalo na mag-migrate sa Notion.
Yes!
Yeah. Sige, go ahead, bro.
Parang nung nalaman ko yung feature na yon from Notion, na kaya siya ng Notion, parang sobrang na-excite ako na, wait lang, hindi ko na kailangan ng maraming notebooks.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na kailangan ng maraming apps or Google Sheets or Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, ganyan. Parang, lahat nandito na. So, ayun, sobrang nakaka-excite lang na tawag dito. Na parang sa wakas, may isa na akong na pupuntahan na lang. Tapos yun, nandun na lahat siya.
Yeah. And to think that Notion is free, right?
Yes.
It's very accessible. Medyo kung familiar ka, bro, with Mon Espiritu, he's also from the tribe. He's actually the one, yung unang nagbanggit sa akin sa Notion is si Nika L.
Nice.
Kasi talagang Notion Notion person talaga siya. And then next is si Simon Espiritu. Yun naman is more on ang buong usapan namin doon is self-management systems. So dumadami yung mga tools that amplify yung ways natin to self-manage.
Yes.
Yun nga. So actually Notion is just one of the parang top 6 yata na napag-usapan namin. Pero it's the one that caught the most attention sa akin. Hindi ko pa lang siya na-execute before kasi I was so attached with Google Sheets. And tapos Google Sheets also works with my team. And so parang na siya, integrated na siya. Hindi lang siya for me. May mga links kami and magkaka-connect na sheets na ginagamit na rin ng ibang people.
Yes.
So, curious ako, bro. Like, how did you start na mag-migrate sa Notion or like, how did you kickstart your Notion usage?
Parang yung tipping point, kasi I'm a Trello user before Notion. Yung tipping point ko was, ang dami kong tasks dun sa Trello, and kasi most of the time, kapag freelancer, kasi parang most of the time wala naman talagang deadline. So parang I found it medyo mahirap to really manage my tasks sa Trello kasi nga pagka-input ko doon, madalas wala akong deadline na nalalagay. Parang nakakalimutan ko. So parang naghahalo-halo na siya doon. Well, that's my mistake that's my mistake kasi nga hindi ko naman talaga siya in the first place nalalagyan ng deadline. So what I did, or when I found out about Notion, na I can actually use formulas just like dun sa Excel, pakita ko yung una kong task management system. Hindi na to talaga updated kasi this is not what I'm currently using right now. But here kasi, malalagyan ko siya ng deadline. I mean, hindi ko siya makakalimutang lagyan ng deadline kasi for the priority level to
trigger.
To trigger.
Yeah.
Kailangan ko ng deadline, impact, and difficulty. And set those 3 parameters. Kumbaga, i-compute niya based on the deadline. Kumbaga, yung urgency level kasi kung ilang days na lang basically. So ayun. So hindi ko siya talaga makakalimutan. But my problem here is nung habang ginagamit ko na yung task management system na to, may mga tasks ako na I want to focus on a certain day. Pero iba kasi yung nasa priority level based on the deadline, impact, and difficulty that I've set.
Yeah.
So, what I did is, well, nag-ano ako ng ibang board. So, for example, impact board or, for example, project board. This is based on the project that I want to focus on a certain day. So, for example, I would like to focus on top dog copywriter tasks. So, ito lang yung ifo-focus ko. Tapos naka-sort din siya based on priority level.
Yeah.
Pero, parang medyo...
Ang dami mong high prio.
Oo. Actually, ano na siya, naka-fire na siya kasi puro September pa to. Kasi I stopped using them. So, parang everything is delayed na.
Gets.
But, right now, I'm using this. I think mas to sa akin, mas okay and parang hindi ako parang nasa emergency room lagi.
Yeah.
Ang yun yung na-feel ko before, yun nga, actually that's true na ang daming high prio, maraming apoy. Hindi naman kasing dami ngayon kasi yun nga, lahat delayed na. Kumbaga, umakyat yung priority level. But yeah, for example here, this is my current setup right now. Battlefield ko is merong today, tomorrow, within 1 week. For my reference lang. Pero lagi talaga ako today. Waiting and done for today. Yung waiting is if I'm waiting on tasks from other members. And meron din akong parang next tasks na parang independent tasks siya. Ito medyo complicated na siya i-set up but kaya naman. Pero for example, yung today, meron akong priority na scheduled. I mean priority level na scheduled which is brainstorming with you. So i-doing ko na siya, parang reference lang. And then I can actually input a task here that is related to this. Kumbaga parang this task has to be done first before I do this task. Yes. And then tapos meron akong second priority, third priority. Kasi kanina meron akong first priority na tinapos na. So parang I try to limit my tasks yung may priority level talaga na legit, yung first, second, third, na hanggang 3 lang. Pero ito kasi kaya dalawa yung first priority as in super parang super related. Example, this one, set up viral campaign. Tapos naka-next task niya is write landing page copy. Which is actually ito yun. So tinapos ko na siya kanina yung dalawa. So ayun, once I check the checkbox here kasi mapupunta siya sa done.
Yeah.
Kumbaga mapupunta na siya dito kasi filtered siya na naka-check lang. I mean ipapakita niya yung naka-check lang. So meron din akong parang quick task na as in 2 to 5 minute task lang na yun nga parang gawin mo na yan kasi quick task lang naman, di ba? So upload yung meeting namin, yung recording meeting namin from yesterday. I-upload ko rin or i-submit ko rin tong live video Q&A, parang gano'n. Upload ko lang naman talaga sa YouTube. So, ayun. And then, basically, ito yung parang filters, tags, may immediate, yung talagang non-negotiable, ito talagang unahin mo. Quick task schedule, tapos yung priority level. Hanggang 5, but I try to limit 1, 2, 3 lang. Then errand, tapos yung mga reminder lang for me. Tapos meron ako actually dito status na recurring. So for example, I have credit card bill. So for example, punta na ako dito sa action items. Meron akong credit card bill na BDO and Amex. Tapos Citibank. na ang deadline is halos sabay October, every end of the month. So nandito lang siya sa parang master list. October 30 siya, and every time na kumbaga, let's assume na October 30 na ngayon, mapupunta siya dun sa today automatically. Kasi naka-filter yung tasks na kung ano yung gagawin ko today. Tapos, tawag dito. Tapos, since this is a recurring task, what I'm going to do is to move the task without checking the done. Kasi mapupunta siya dun eh. Mawawala na siya sa master list. Just to change, I will just change the parang due date, yung kung kailan ko siya gagawin, to November 30. Parang katapusan na naman yung next month. And that's actually the same with other, for example, ito, Tribe AC, that's weekly. So, i-move ko lang siya sa tawag dito? Panibagong week. So, ito rin, mga ganon. And ang maganda ron, dun sa pinakikita ko kaninang Battlefield, hindi lahat ng tasks nakikita ko. Kumbaga, nakikita ko lang yung for today. Ayun. Yeah. Kaya hindi siya parang magulo tignan, unlike yung first system. And then, meron ako ditong parang pag nag-scroll down ako dito, yung done for today is parang just my reference na parang just for me to feel productive na, uy, may ginawa ka naman pala ngayong araw, parang ganun. Kasi there are times na parang feeling ko wala akong nagawa, pero in reality, ang dami naman pala. So parang pang-confirm lang talaga. And then, eto pala, meron akong daily tracking. Although hindi ko pa talaga naayos yung kung ano yung gusto kong maging routine. Kasi, well, nagbago siya. Kasi nagbago yung goals. But, for example, here, meron akong hand copy. For today, hindi pa ako nakapag-hand copy kasi naging busy ako dun sa iba. Hindi pa ako nakapag-read ng copy. But, yeah, basically, I just check them out once na gawa ko na siya. So, wala pa ngayon. Pero nakapagsulat na ako. So, siguro madadagdagan pa to or mababawasan. Ayan. Merong cheerlead, connect, value post, LinkedIn post, ganyan. And yun nga, naka-filter rin siya na today lang. Ayun. Actually, medyo ilang oras ko rin tong sinet up. Tapos, sobrang pabago-bago ako. Parang, ewan, basta. Tapos, ayun. Oo. Tapos,
I feel you, man.
parang I'm trying to perfect the system. Tapos, may kinabukasan may realize ka na, uy, pwede rin to Ganun. Kaya, kalat nung ko yung parang homepage ko. Pero, eto, for example, this is actually one of my favorite. Kasi, di ba, uso yung Kanban, especially dun sa Trello. But, here, well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, meron din ganito sa Trello, yung calendar view. But, eto kasi, ang gusto ko dito, yun nga, madadrag and drop ko din siya from date to another. And mag-change siya real time. I don't have to change the date manually. Kung saan ko siya dinrag, magbabago na siya agad. So for example, 8 ngayon, i-move ko ng deadline, i-drag ko lang siya. And I will have an overview kung punong-puno na yung tasks ko on a certain day.
Yeah, quick glance.
May quick glance na ako na, uy, wait, puno na ako nitong Friday, ganyan. So, makikita ko siya agad. Tapos, once na makita ko siya, I can just drag and drop it to another date. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So, magre-reflect na siya agad. And every night, or worst case, every morning, ang ginagawa ko talaga is I set the priority level, yung first priority, second priority, ganun. Kasi there are times na parang I don't know what I would do, for example, sa Tuesday next week. Sa ngayon, hindi ko pa siya, so wala pa akong ilalagay. Tapos ito work in progress pa. Yung active projects ko, nakalagay dito. For example, etong Money Mastermind course by Carla Simpson, nag-enroll kasi ako sa kanya before, but hanggang ngayon hindi ko tapos. Meron akong percentage level, pero lahat ng nandito, lahat ng tasks na kailangan kong gawin is nandito na. And then when I check yung checkbox nung done, i-compute niya yon versus dun sa hindi pa, dun sa total. So para mako-compute niya automatically kung ilang percent na yung project na yan. However, this will just work if na-figure out mo na yung kabuuan ng project. Kasi for example, this one,
Kailangan i-plot?
Oo, kailangan i-plot talaga. For example, this one, another parang course collaboration with my other team members. 75% na siya. But in reality, marami pa kaming tasks na kailangang gawin.
Yeah.
And ang challenge, not necessarily, pero ayun, yung challenge ko kasi rito is wala pa sila sa Notion. We decided to Asana muna kasi parang naninibago sila sa Notion and wala pa kaming time talaga to
migrate.
Migrate. Tsaka we're bootstrapping. Kapag team kasi sa Notion, you need to subscribe. Although parang minimal.
Yeah.
May subscription. So parang ang singil nun is per member. I forgot kung magkano exactly. But yeah, ito yung parang projects ko. And if I go to projects database, yan, makikita ko lahat ng projects na ginawa ko na. Kasi yung progress dito, for example, is 100%. And I will just confirm if it's really finished. If it is, i-change ko na yung status to finished. So I can actually, parang modify the view so that yung finished projects are not shown. But for now, hindi pa. Kasi hindi pa naman talaga ganun karami. Nandito lahat. And meron akong database na business. Business. Business lang pala yung nandito. So for example, yung project na to is under this business. Pagpunta ko sa business na to, makikita ko agad kung ano yung action items ko ron and yung projects na under nun. So parang makikita ko agad, kumbaga parang nagkaroon ka ng, for example, quarterly review or monthly review. Malalaman mo agad na, ito yung ginawa natin for this month, for example, or something. Madali ka makakapag-reflect. Kasi may record ka na ito yung mga tasks na natapos. Ganun.
Yeah.
Ayun. Basically, that's it for me. Kasi parang, yun nga, actually, yun, magulo pa talaga siya. Kasi ito, super magulo pa. But, yeah, medyo nabubuhay naman na ako kahit pa paano dito.
Actually, it's super cool nga, bro. Like, the categories are actually on point. You've plotted it out na yung categories na That simplifies a lot of, kaya siya nagiging pwede ng connect, no? Kasi very clear yung categories.
Yes.
Yun kasi yung isang mahirap kapag you can fully categorize saang project or business or area of life. Nakalagay yung isang task man yan or file or that's cool. Yeah. Ako siguro actually close to some of the things you pointed out is what I use on Google Sheets. Yung binanggit ko kanina na priority level and then impact level and then urgency level, no? Those are things na ako naman ginagamit ko is what we call the Eisenhower matrix. So yeah. Is it all right if I share screens then? Let me just pull up that file. This is a template that I used before. May mas updated version na siya kaso puno ng details So I don't wanna disclose yung details. Kaya yung blankong template na lang yung papakita ko.
Okay lang.
Basically, this is it. So for weekly routines, there's Monday to Sunday. These are basically for mga bagay na ginagawa on a consistent basis. And if ever, kunyari, if it's working out, it's just 3 times a week. Can be MWF or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. What happens is I just delete the checkbox for the other days na hindi naman kailangan checkan. But basically, ito yun sa weekly routines. Nangyayari is pwede siyang everyday, pwede rin piling mga araw lang. As for reminders, ito naman yung mga actually nilalagay lang siya dito for thumbing. Tapos nilalagay ko rin siya sa Google Calendar as another reminder. So it's either me or the VA. Alin sino man sa amin yung paglagay. Tapos ito na yung pinaka Eisenhower matrix. Ito. Itong 4 na boxes. As you can see, meron siyang iba't ibang actions for each. Merong do, defer, delegate, and drop. So, based naman siya on the level of urgency tsaka importance. So, kapag it's urgent and it's important, those are the things that I do agad. So, those are the most urgent or top most prior. How do I use this? Dito sa tasks tab. Yeah, so I just put in a task. Example, it's task A. And then I select kung saang project siya. Well, dito sa settings lahat. So, kunyari, meron tayong project 1, 2, and 3. Tapos may team members tayo na J, F, K. So, what happens is, for task A, if it's for project number 1, for team, let's say, team F, project description or notes, pwedeng instruction and stuff. What happens is, I'm just gonna tag this as, kung urgent na siya and important, then I put in do. So what happens is, it auto-populates yung box dun sa do. And yung status niya here depends on what I put here. So merong waiting, in progress, saka done. So kapag nilagay pa lang siya, waiting pa lang. Okay. So kapag sinimula na siyang gawin ng mismong team member for the project, alagay niya lang in progress. And then it also reflects here. And tapos na yung task, then yung done. Meron akong isang version nito, which is actually sinel ko before sa isang OPM. Google Sheets lang yun, no? Pero, yeah. We were paid, I guess, 20K for it.
Grabe.
Parang kulang-kulang 20K. Kulang-kulang $400. What happened is, ang dinagdag lang namin na functionalities there is, ito kasi may start date and end date. Ikaw pa mismo maglalagay. Ito automated na. So kapag nilagay namin, may start date na and end date. Tapos naglagay kami ng isa pang function na merong start time tsaka end time. Tapos meron din dito naka-on hold. Instead of, ito kasi 3 lang. So pang internal lang na gamit. Pero doon sa kanila merong on hold. Para kung sakaling maputol yung paggawa dun sa isang task, mapapause rin yung time niya. Tapos, pag na-pause yung time niya, ika-count lang ulit kapag binalik niya na dun sa in progress na status. So, para na siyang time tracker and project manager, pero Google Sheets yung pinaka gamit lang. What happens there is, they don't have to subscribe to anything. Parang tipid mode siya na bootstrap na way of project management. So, isang beses lang naman siya bumenta. Hindi na umulit. So, it was actually a post lang that I did last year. Like nag-show lang ako ng snippet of how I use it. Tapos kinontak ako ng OBM. Tapos, ayun, yeah, it was sold for 387. Kasi dapat lagi may 7 sa dulo, di ba?
Oo.
So, so yun. Yeah, yeah. Basically, ito lang siya, yung pinaka ginagamit ko for myself.
Mm.
Ang pinakamahalaga sa akin dito is it gives me or pushes me towards being clear talaga
Mm.
kung ano lang yung dapat una kong gagawin so I can be present and mindful. Kasi itong defer, yun nga, hindi naman siya urgent.
Mm.
Importante siya pero hindi siya yung unang-una na dapat. So defer siya or delay. Kapag naubos na yung nasa urgent, tsaka lang aangat yung mga nasa defer papunta sa urgent. So sila yung mga next in line. Pero lang if something urgent comes up ulit, parang a more emergency thing. As for delegate, ito yung gamit na gamit talaga.
Oo.
Kasi these are things na urgent, pero not necessarily ako yung dapat gumawa. Yan.
Oo.
So, it's not important for me personally, but it's also urgent in the context of things. So, this is where I put most of my other team members into play. Na, yan na, may kanya-kanya silang pwedeng i-take on na task within the scope of what we do collectively as a team. And minsan may mga personal tasks din ako na supposedly ako yung dapat gumawa.
Oo.
Pero pwede namang ipasa and that's totally fine. It nakaka-categorize siya as the delegate thing. And then for the things I drop, ito yung balik sa drawing board. Ito yung mga what I have is a 90-day period for discard for full discard. Example is pansin nyo ngayon sa Google Drive, meron na silang bagong rule sa trash na kapag 30 days na sa trash, auto-delete na siya, ganun. For me, the things that I put dito sa drop, babalik siya sa drawing board. And if hindi siya magkaroon ng any sense of like, gusto kong gawin or may urgency sa kanya o umangat ba yung level of importance niya or gaano ko to do it, it means hindi siya kasing importante in this season of life. If umabot na sa 90 days, tapos hindi talaga siya umangat in level of importance and stuff, naka-park na lang yun. Naka-park na lang siya. So, nandun na siya sa discard na na pile or sa mind dumping ko na yun sa mismong notebook. And, yan. I still keep it though. Ang isip ko doon is parang if you've watched Inside Out, what's the name of the imaginary friend? I forgot his name. Parang Bing Bong yata. Bing Bong. Kasi yung imaginary friend na parang elephant na dolphin na Yeah, so what I see there is like kahit nasa discard pile sila basically or parang out of mind na talaga. It may have a certain significance pa rin kasi in a certain future. So they're just there. They're part of the memories. Tapos some of them may come up pa din. Yeah, so nasa discard pile lang sila. But basically for task management, ito talaga yung pinaka-ginagawa ko. This is ang prerequisite dito is same thing as yung work na yung mind dumping talaga. I'm not sure if many in this call are familiar with mind dumping. I don't find many people na familiar with the practice. So siguro maybe it's sa akin kwento ko how I do my mind dumps. There are two categories to it. Basically, the description of a mind dump is para siyang let's just say the brain is like a hard drive and you're backing up the files into another type of storage. So in my life, I've done 3 types of mediums for mind dumping. Pen and paper, digital notes, and then voice recording. So far, I haven't done video. Pero if you're familiar with, example, what Angeline from The Changemaker Within helps her students do. It's the video 100-day live video. That's a form of mind dumping. It actually declogs the brain of different information na stuck na dyan throughout the years and hindi nabibigyan ng outlet, no? So, kaya the effect of ganong klase ng 100, after mo 100 days na FB Live, ang clear ng ang clear ng viewpoint mo in life, nalabas mo lahat, and it's really a fun thing to do. Haven't done that though. So my mediums are more on the journaling level, so pen and paper, and then yung digital notes, and then mostly Google Sheets yon, and then voice recording. So voice recording naman, it's for the tamad mode na mga pagkakataon na parang minsan half asleep, half awake ka na in the day. Pero you still need to honor things like what are you most grateful for in the day, like highlight ideas of the day, anything you've learned, anything that I need to improve, and stuff like that. So yun yung mediums for mind dumping. And then the categories ko are, meron ako free flow. So free flow is basically kahit ano lang. Whatever is top of mind at the moment, I record it. So, labas ng top of mind, and that's it. And then yung pangalawang category is the guided one. This is where I use certain questions so that my thoughts are mas na-align siya towards iba't ibang areas of life, iba't ibang areas of responsibilities that I need to do. So, there's the finances, family, relationships, tribe, those things na prioritize or dapat i-prioritize in life. I have a set of different questions, and yung questions na yun, nadadagdagan pa siya along the way. So, yung questions na yun, I use specific amount of time in certain days na nakaschedule yung mind dumping for specific areas lang of life. So that I know na hindi ko napapabayaan, walang natitirang parang cognitive residue or mga brain farts na hindi na ilabas for certain areas of life. That's a prerequisite so that I can actually do the scheduling of my task dependent on this Eisenhower matrix. Kasi if I don't dump muna everything, I can't categorize them well. So yeah, I guess ito naman yung simplified way of like knowledge management.
Actually, ganda nga kasi as in super parang yun na yung pupuntahan mo, and then alam mo agad kung ano yung pa-prioritize mo based on the parang sinet mo, ganun. Kumbaga naka-matrix form na siya agad. Kasi in Notion, currently, that's not possible. Kumbaga parang hindi siya, parang walang visual talaga. Walang visual something that would help you, parang, ito dapat yung gagawin ko. So, ikaw kasi naka-matrix na agad. So, kung nakita mo kanina, meron ako yung mga icons ganun. Just to be visual.
Tama.
Para lang
yung apoy sa priority level, it gives you that yung sensation of urgency.
Yes. Ayun, yun na basically yung yun sa Eisenhower naman. Actually, it's possible din naman dun sa sa Notion. But tawag dito, it's not as simple as kasi yung current system mo. And sometimes simplicity talaga yung parang key to productivity. You don't really have to Actually, that's one of my objections before I switched to Notion. Parang sabi ko, baka masyadong complicated, ganyan. I don't really need complicated tools, ganyan. Kasi yung Trello, di ba, super simple, lang yun. Parang super drag and drop ka lang, ganyan. But, yeah, it's just that I fell in love with Notion kasi while it's not that simple to set up, mas naging simple yung yung flow ng ideas because of that linking yung tahitahing connections yan. So, yun. Pero, coach, tawag dito. Di ba, nabanggit mo kanina yung mga gratitude, etc. As in, di ba, yun nga, sabi mo, minsan may mga times na medyo tinatamad. So,
Yeah.
nag-recording ka na lang.
Sana nga minsan lang eh.
I mean, napapadalas ba? Pero, do you, parang, for example, in the morning, do you migrate those thoughts or those recordings into a parang paper and pen, ganun?
Uh,
Siya?
there there are the answer is yes and no. Yes kasi there are times that I do it.
Mm.
No kasi there are times that I delegate it. So hindi ako mismo.
Oh.
But there are either tools or people that simplify it for me.
Mm.
So as for voice recordings, there's Otter.ai. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it can transcribe for you. So the push there is mind dump through voice recording using the English language.
Yes.
So, kasi well, the advantage naman of that, no, using English for me, mas marami kasing words yung, kumbaga mas diverse yung vocabulary ng English language as opposed to Tagalog. No? Not having anything against Tagalog language. Aside from English lang kasi yung talagang readily transcribable by the tool. Para hindi ka na kasi kailangan pa ng manual work if may Tagalog usually.
Yes.
So that's one, no? That's one thing. So sa tools, and then there's also a VA. So she's helping me digitize yung notes ko na on pen and paper. That's more of manual work. I don't do it on myself. Like I very seldom do it myself. There's just a cycle within the week that she does it twice. And then it's sorted na for my digital notes. So, ang nangyayari lang is if I have anything super urgent from the things that I have written down, I use Sunday kasi as the weekly planning. So, I have a time frame on Sunday na pinaplansya ko na yung kailangan kong mga gawin or the decisions, kumbaga advanced decision making for the next week. But there's also a daily version of that. Na if anything comes up na, yun nga, minsan may mas urgent, may mas emergency, kumbaga that plans shift according to. So yung mga naisusulat at nare-realize and then nagiging biglaan, those are the things na nasa daily shift siya nangyayari. Pero my week is mostly covered na from Sunday pa lang. I have a fairly good idea na of how the week will flow. So yeah, tools and VA that actually helps. So ayun. With VA naman kasi sa akin what I have is 3 years na kami nag-work together. And that's one of the reasons why the trust is there. And even if personal notes ko pa, it's totally fine for me to just share. And yeah, that the trust is really there na like solid relationship, okay lahat. So it's very easy for me. I know for some people, hiring a VA tapos parang getting them in charge of your brain dumps will not be as smooth, ganun. Sa ganun ding level of relationship, I have a check and balance na din. So working with someone for 3 years is a long time. Alam niya na kung paano ko mag-isip, paano yung tendencies ko. Pag na-excite ako, ano yung nangyayari. Pag down ako, ano yung nangyayari. Like, alam na may patterns na. So, when there are decisions that I make, of course, there are decisions na kasama yung business partners, kasama yung iba pang teams that are working on different projects. Pero I really appreciate how my VA gives input to the decisions that I make. Aside from yung pagkausap lang sa business partners. Kasi there's a closely tied yung work relationship. And then yun nga, kilala na yung bawat isa. So it really helps if you have hindi man VA, other people then that can serve as check and balance. So I've almost forgot. Coaches and mentors, um, especially for major decisions, for decisions where I need more clarity. Um, I give them the information that I have at the moment for a specific project niyan or decision that I need to make, so that I have a different perspective. I can explore other angles. Maybe there are blind sides to it I don't see yet,
Mm.
unknown factors na hindi ko na consider. That helps me in in all this in managing all those stuff.
Mm. Galing, galing. Ay, coach, curious ako. Parang gano'n na kayo katagal nung VA mo before you trusted him or her with your personal notes? Kasi, di ba pag, kunyari, gratitude journal or something, it's
Yeah.
parang sometimes it can be too personal that you won't want to share it with others. Pero, parang what made you decide na, sige, ready ka na to share what's really on my mind? Parang gano'n.
Yeah. A few triggers in the past.
Mm.
Ang hirap ng papalit-palit ng VA.
Oo.
So like that's one dilemma I had before.
Mm.
So through the years I learned how to actually take care of hindi lang naman VA but all my team members, so that they can take better care of the other stuff I don't want to take care of. medyo personal yun. No? I won't call it selfish because there's mutual benefit to it. Pero that's just part of the cycle. So yun yung isang trigger. Ayoko na kasi magpalit. So I had to figure out what would make this new relationship work. And part of what came up as an idea is to be more transparent. So nung nag-start kami, it's about mga 1 year, 3 months into the work relationship. So that's when I started to share more notes. Pero hindi lahat. It's a transitional thing. So hindi nakakategorize yung binibigay ko sa kanya from that time. Nagsimula yun sa kasi VA naman talaga magsisimula yun sa task-oriented stuff.
Yes.
That are overlapping dun sa business that you both are in. In my case kasi, she started with just one of the businesses that I was doing. It was the marketing agency. And then now she's actually a personal VA na. So pati yung iba kong ginagawa na ventures, there are overlaps to what she does for me in those different areas na. But when we started, sa marketing agency lang talaga yung engagement. And it was the budget of the marketing agency that was paying her. So hindi ko pa siya like personal na VA na. So I forgot when exactly, pero before siya mag 2 years, that's when the shift to personal VA happened. Na I needed her hands-on for the other projects that I have, hindi lang yung sa marketing agency side. So nag-hire kami ng iba na in-house na VA for the marketing agency, and now the personal VA I have is sa personal side na siya.
Oo.
Yeah, so the transition naman is there. It depends on our readiness then to actually reveal kung hanggang saan, no? Kasi may mga dark side, may mga crazy side rin, and so it's up to us how trusting and vulnerable we can be, no? Those are the two sides of the coin. Parang you need help, but at the same time there's a vulnerability involved to it. So parang you determine the percentages of what you're comfortable na level of help to ask and level of vulnerability to express. What I found though is that relationships are really built on transparency, on honesty, on no pretensions, on honesty. I don't know, parang human to human connection at the deepest level, if that happens, nas nagre-resonate kayo sa isa't isa, and it's not working together in that regard. It's not about It's not about yung needs niya na. It's not about your needs. It's about the work that you can accomplish together.
Mm.
And yun, parang there's a potential for something that's beyond both yourselves. Yeah. So that's my notion to it. And yeah.
Galing. I'm happy for you, coach, kasi parang nakita mo yung parang kamatch mo talaga dun sa Kasi honestly, it's really hard to find someone na parang minsan parang sasabihin mo pa lang sa kanya na ito yung gawin natin. Alam niya na. Or parang pinaplano niya. Di ba? Or siya pa yung mauuna. Siya pa yung mauuna. Kasi sa akin naman, I've had that one sa corporate job ko before. Kasi sa amin, parang fast-paced kasi kami and a lot of people can't really keep up. Mataas yung attrition rate, yung resignation rate sa amin and konti lang yung nagtatagal sa iba't ibang teams. And that includes yung sa akin. It's really not I can't really blame basta parang hindi naman kasi ako nasa top of the ladder talaga kasi Japanese company ang dami niyang steps or ladders ganyan. Ganun sa kanila eh. So parang natuwa ako when this person lasted for siguro 2 years. 2 years nga ba? Hindi ko na matandaan. Pero 2 or 3 years ganun. Kami nag-work together and siya yung pinakamatagal na tao ko. And dumating kami sa point na parang yung una actually napapagalitan ko pa siya kasi super introvert kasi. Super introvert. Pareho kami. So, pareho kami. Pero ako kasi, kumbaga parang I need to do this task. I need this task done, ganyan. I have to do everything in my power to deliver. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So, kahit introvert ako, kahit mahihain ako, talagang kakausapin ko yung kailangan kong kausapin kahit gaano pa siya kataas. Pero this person, yun nga, introvert din siya and nanunulak kasi ako sa bangin, parang ganun. Kaya sabi ko, kausapin mo siya, tanong mo kung, parang ganito lang, parang kausapin mo siya, tanong mo kung kailan siya available for meeting. Kasi there are times kapag mataas na sila yung mga boss ganyan, hindi na sila masyadong nakakapag-check ng emails. I mean sa dami. So I really need this meeting to happen. Kausapin na natin siya. Parang ganun. Tapos nung una, sorry sa term, pero mukha kaming tanga kasi isinasamahan ko pa siya dun sa sa boss. As in, kausapin mo siya, sige, nandito ako sa likod. So parang actually, yung isang Filipino na boss, parang ba't kasama ka pa? Parang ganun. Sabi ko, wala po. Pero, ayun, hanggang sa natuto naman. And, yun, syempre, kumbaga parang dumating sa point na alam niya na kung ano yung gusto kong mangyari. And nauuna na siya.
Yeah, proactive.
Yes, nagiging proactive na. And parang kasi nauna siya mag-resign for a few months siguro kaysa sa akin. Tapos parang actually before that, kinuha siya ng ibang team. Kasi nagkulang sila. Kasi yun nga, may nag-resign pa rin, ganyan. Kinuha siya ng isang team kasi, well, nakitaan ng potential, ganyan, etc. Tapos ako, pinalitan nila ng bago na naman kasi they found my potential naman na manulak sa bangin, parang gano'n.
Yeah.
So yung talagang nagpupush. So sabi ko, sige, okay. Kaso parang yun nga, na-miss ko yung ganong synergy with another person kasi ilang years na rin kaming magkatrabaho, ganyan. Tapos parang kinuha nyo sa akin, ganyan. Magaling na siya eh. So parang hindi ko na siya kailangang turuan. Kailangan ko na lang sabihin ko ano yung kailangan gawin. And yun nga, may mga times na siya yung gumagawa. Sinasubmit niya na lang sa akin. So parang yun yung nami-miss ko. Kasi yun nga, full-time freelancer na. Parang yun lang yung rin yung namimiss ko na I'm hoping that I find that person that I can trust with almost everything. Para ako, parang more on execution na lang, ganyan. If I need to dump something, yun nga, just like you, idadump ko na lang somewhere and then someone will organize, ganun.
Yeah.
Kasi sa ngayon kasi almost everything ako. So parang nakaka-burnout din minsan.
Kasi nakakapiga ng utak.
Yes.
Diba?
Exactly.
It's really, yun yung pakiramdam yun. Parang minsan nga, mind dumping, if I do it na, parang minsan kasi na-enjoy ko. So I go overtime din, no? Especially if ang kasunod ko lang naman gagawin is reading a book. Iba rin kasi pag may speed reading skill ka na parang kunyari naka-schedule ka na slow reading pero alam mo na pwede mo naman 600 words per minute afterwards so pwede mo habulin. Like, yan. So minsan I extend in the mind dumping and then I just realized na napiga masyado yung utak ko and I had to rest muna afterwards. It's taxing then, though it's very necessary. Ang dating naman kasi nun is parang if I don't mind dump, there are things inside my head that stay and it continually drains or leaks energy from me throughout the day. So mas okay na nag-mind dump ako tapos medyo na-drain ako at those moments. I need to rest a little and then smooth na yung the rest of my day kasi declogged yung brain ko. As opposed to I don't mind dump and then I wonder bakit kalahati pa lang yung araw pagod na ako. Kasi yung mga things that are running through my head on the back end like programs and stuff or pag yung task manager sa PC pag nag-control alt delete diba? But ang dami niya pang nakalagay na programs that are running on the back end just for it to function. Merong mga dapat i-end task kasi hindi naman talaga kailangan. And kumakain siya ng RAM, kumakain ng capacity for processing. Parang ganun din siya. So if I don't mind dump, even if mind dump is taxing at times, mas drained pa rin ako throughout the day. Yeah. So parang magkaiba, just choose your poison.
Tama. Actually, I can relate to that. Si Cham din. Cham nga ba? Sorry. Correct ba yung pronunciation? Nakaka-relate.
Yeah, Cham.
Kasi parang it's really a wise investment to just put everything out para may physical form siya. Tapos alam mo yung aatakihin mo. Kasi kung nandito lang, parang tama, yung nakaka-drain ng energy na parang, gagawin ko pa to. Unlike, it's clear na andito na yung gagawin ko in a digital note or something or a physical one. Tapos, ito na lang yung gagawin ko. Ito lang yung nandito. Parang ganun. So, ayun, parang, tawag dito, nakaka-refresh lang siya. Kasi, before, hindi ko siya ginagawa eh. Pero once I really started that one, kasi nag-start rin ako sa notes, yung planner pa, yun sa corporate. Once I did that, super may clarity na sige, ito lang yung gawin natin ngayong araw, ganyan, etc.
Yeah, true.
Ito yung papagawa ko sa'yo, ito yung gagawin ko, parang gano'n. Ayun.
May ano pa yan, bro, like, curious.
Yes, coach.
Sabi mo kasi, di ba, how you're working on 3 priority tasks lang a day. And then, so basically, I'm thinking, pag nagawa mo na yung 3 na yun in the day, solve na, parang ganun. Parang okay na yung araw. You won the day, ganun.
Yes. Ganun yung, parang minimum something. Nakalimutan ko yung tawag nun. May nabasa akong article about that. But, parang yun na yung minimum ko to feel productive na yung araw ko ay kumpleto na. Ganun. But if if natapos ko, for example, ng maaga yung mga tasks na yun, and parang I just want to do some tasks in advance, doon na papasok yung fourth and fifth priority.
Yes.
Ayun.
Yeah. What I have kasi is close to that.
Mm.
The notion kasi of most people I talk to when it comes to productivity, parang mas nasa dami ng kaya mong gawin.
Oo.
As opposed to what really moves the needle in your priorities and what's important. Medyo confusing siya siguro kasi nga parang paramihan yung yung labanan talaga even sa corporate, even sa school dati, pag gusto marami ka extracurricular activities, mas bipo ka, parang mas rewarding ganun. However, moving forward in life, like looking at what's important talaga, what's to be prioritized. Doesn't really have to be paramihan pala.
Yes.
Sa akin, what I use, bro, ayun nga, nabanggit ko kanina yung word na tamad. I actually consider myself lazy. Most people think I'm joking when I say that. Kasi feeling nila parang ang busy ko pa din. I just have like a lot of people helping me. Kaya I can function the way I'm functioning. It's a play rin kasi to my strength. So more on idea person ako than execution person. So yeah, what I have is a 1-3-5 model. So I have one major task in the day.
Okay.
Na kapag nagawa ko yun, so okay na.
Tapos
solve na yung araw. Sobrang tamad, no? Like one task. But of course, if what usually happens is I end up doing more than one naman. Kasi yun nga. The next is yung tatlong so yung number 1 is the must do. And then pag nagawa ko na yung must do, yung tatlong kasunod niya is the good to do. Tapos yung 5 naman, kapag natapos ko yung tatlong good to do, yung 5 na kasunod niya is the nice to do. So I just treat it na parang ang pinakamalaking kasamaan na pwede kong magawa sa buong mundo is kapag inuna ko yung mga good to do kaysa sa must do. Yeah. Yun lang yung so kahit anong oras ako magising, because there are times that I shift schedules in sleeping. There are times like Monday to Wednesday morning person ako. Thursday, Friday, it's more of a random kind of thing. Kasi hindi ko alam kung ako lang pero well, other people tell me naman na parang kapag pumapatak kasi yung Thursday tsaka Friday, pababa na yung energy levels. Diba? So, usually, either puyat ako ng Wednesday kasi hinahabol ko na lahat ng pwede kong gawin kasi pagdating yung Thursday, Friday, gusto ko mas chill na lang. So, okay lang kahit magpuyat ako Wednesday usually. Just to finish the stuff. Katulad kanina, sabi ko sa'yo, agising ko lang kasi naghapol ako ng dalawang proposal. That's my usual cycle in a week. Para Monday to Wednesday pa lang, solve naman na yung week ko. So, parang there's one task I need to do every day. Now, it's a must do. Na-solve na yung araw. Tapos, meron ding mga tasks na I need to finish. So, tatlong major tasks ko in the week, Monday to Wednesday. Pag okay na yun, okay na yung week ko. The rest are like, usap na lang, delegate, check on people, and sobrang tawad no? Sobrang compressed na ng standard. Pero, yeah, that's what works for me.
Actually, if tawag dito, if it works for you naman, it doesn't really matter kung gaano ka dami. Kahit nga zero pa yan if you can actually delegate everything to your team, wala naman lang kaso yan
Yeah.
And actually, yun nga yung gusto ko. Kasi same. Tamad ako.
Kaya siguro tayo interesado sa systems like this.
Yes.
Because it eliminates the future work and burden of what we need to do.
Exactly. It simplifies things kasi. Kaya, Magkakasundo pala talaga tayo.
Ang bihirang hugot yan. Siguro, ewan ko, most people wouldn't really, I don't think they see you as lazy as well. So,
Oo.
hindi ganun yung normal na notion.
Oo. Exactly. Kasi nakikita nila na parang ang dami mong ginagawa but they really don't parang see the motive behind that. Ako kasi, ang motive ko behind that is para chumil na nga lang. Kasi kung if I build these businesses, parang sources of income and someday it becomes passive ganyan that I won't really have to work hands-on as in I can delegate tasks to my team. Chill na lang talaga ako sa bahay. or travel ganyan if of course provided wala nang COVID or something, 'di ba? Nang hindi na talaga ako magpapakahirap. But tawag dito. Ngayon lang naman talaga 'to eh. Ngayon lang talaga 'to na na parang nakikita niyo ako na ang daming ginagawa ganyan. Pero ang talagang gusto ko is yung wala na akong gawin. Yun na lang. Siguro if I'm going to do something, yung mga passion projects na lang talaga. Yung mga passion projects na lang talaga. Yung mga passion projects na yun, those are some of them hindi ko pa alam. Pero may mga pang line up na ako na pag ito na lang talaga yung gagawin ko. Siguro magkakaroon pa ng iba. Kasi di ba yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Nagbabago na naman talaga kasi yun eh. At first talaga yung most of the time naman kasi yung first level is yung pera talaga eh. Yung talaga yung hinahabol mo.
Survival yun eh.
Survival kasi. But habang tumatagal, papunta ka na dun sa purpose eh. So, ayun.
Yeah. Yung highest sa Maslow's is self-actualization.
Yes.
Yeah, it's becoming the best version of ourselves. And what most people don't realize is that it can never be parang the best version of ourselves can never be detached from the impact that we're creating in the lives of other people. So we feel may glimpses nun eh, na parang mas nararamdaman natin yung fulfillment hindi on the moments na focus tayo on ourselves, but when we're giving value to others.
Exactly.
And then when they're benefiting and you see how it gives fulfillment then and progress to their lives. Mas iba yung balik. So that's very crucial dun sa best version of ourselves na finding the value that we can give and really getting to pursue that. So ang hirap minsan pag wala ka pang pera tapos gusto mo magbigay, di ba? Pero syempre, you have to survive. You have people to support, loved ones to take care of. So
you have bills to pay.
Yeah. Hindi tumitigil eh. Yeah.
Actually, parang I'm blessed that somehow, in some way, I'm actually parang meron akong part, a certain percentage dun sa self-actualization. But there are times kasi that hinahabol ko pa rin. Honestly, hinahabol ko pa rin yung pera. May mga students ako rito, so parang this is me being vulnerable in front of you. May mga times talaga na hinahabol pa rin yung pera. So, kasi syempre, yun nga, we have dreams to pursue, we have bills to pay, na, hindi naman kasi talaga magawawala yan. But, my goal really is to be free from all of that. Not necessarily, wala nang bills na dadating, but meron papasok automatically that I won't really have to mind the bills. Kumbaga parang kahit gaano kalaki yan, I will be able to live the life that I want na hindi na ako nag-worry about tomorrow. Parang ganun. Yun yung pinaka-goal ko. And after that, after I achieve all of that, kahit magbigay na ako ng libre kasi I'm overflowing with blessings, yun na yung talagang self-actualization na legit na na parang mafe-feel mo na ito yung ano ko, parang ito yung purpose ko dito. Parang ganun.
Mm. Mm. That's really admirable. Like what I have is a 15-year plan, basically.
Mm.
Before I retire, actually,
Mm.
it's a 15-year plan. So I'm currently 30 years old. So actually, umaandar na yun kasi 45 is when I really plan to retire.
Mm.
The idea there is to build a foundation or a charity, foundation.
Mm.
And it's gonna be based in 2 countries. And
Nice.
yun yung pinaka gusto mo yun. Pero yun nga, kailangan ko na,
Yes. Exactly.
all of these things I'm doing right now is to prepare for that like passion that I really want to pursue and for helping people. However, this is what and siguro it's a good time. I see, hindi ako masyado active sa group dati sa Top Dog pero hindi ako nagre-react, nagbabasa lang, like ano lang, lurker no? Sorry, I don't encourage that. pero yung third ko na mode, I see the value that you're giving to the community and to think na this is something that started this year. Right? Kasi first batch yata ako, no bro?
Yes.
When it started, yeah. And I saw how it evolved. Tapos there are different avenues to it na it grows as a value-giving avenue. And at the same time, there's cash flow into it that grows the business. Kasi kailangan yun if there's cash flow, yun yung talagang pang-grow ng business. Nag-expand yung team, nag-expand rin yung bonuses that you can give to people, expand what you can invest in yourself so that you can up level your skill and share more of that. But what I just encourage people to even in my own coaches, if you found a mentor, if you found a coach that you believe in, that you align with, na basically kapareho kayo ng values, pareho kayo ng vision, nag-overlap yung gusto ninyong mangyari and the value and the impact that you want to create into the world, invest in that person, not just the program.
Mm-hmm.
But investing in the program is a way to invest in the life of that person you believe in and you align with. Because what happens is, if that person that you believe in can actually take care of his needs in life by means of part B or support in the program, you being there, buying the program, investing in it, promoting it to other people, sharing it to friends. If that coach is enabled to take care of his life, na-amplify yung value na kaya niya pang ibalik sa community and to the world at large. Kasi kung sa moments na hindi pa siya ganun ka-well off, binubuhos niya na lahat to give value, how much more kung mas well off na siya, sasabog siya lalo with value. And it's like, kung ikaw mismo you don't plan to coach, you don't plan to create a program or a course, pero you invested in a coach that actually does that, and you align with that, you're basically amplifying the value that you're creating in the world. You just don't do it yourself nga lang, no? You're investing in an avenue na yung value na gusto mong mangyari sa mundo is sasabog pa rin in a certain way. And siguro, I don't know, like we have 9 minutes left. Sorry, parang tinatapos ko na yung Pero siguro I take this time, bro, to really appreciate what you do and encourage yung ibang nandito na nakikinig and stuff. Coach Mark is one of a kind. I don't say it lightly. I've invested in lots of programs and stuff, and nakita ko asan talaga yung valuable, alin talaga yung genuine value, and alin yung pera lang yung habol. But yeah, sobrang blunt no? You have a coach here who's worth your investment, who's worth of your support. And the more that happens, the more that cycle happens, the more impact you are collectively creating. So it's not just the coach who has the program na may capacity for giving value. Bawat isa merong contribution into the whole ecosystem of this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more underdogs becoming top dogs.
Appreciate that, Coach. Salamat. Galing. Thank you, thank you. Actually, nakarelate ako dun sa sinabi mo na, parang if you believe in a mentor or a coach, parang invest on that. Actually, parang even if you don't really need the program, parang I if I can afford, nag-invest
Yeah.
nag-invest ako. For example, si JTL. Kasi of hindi naman a lot kasi pero a number of people, kala nila taga-tribe na ako before pa.
Oo nga, ako rin.
Kala, nagulat sila na, uy, batch 8 ka? Kala ko, taga-tribe ka na. Kasi siguro dahil sa mutual friends or something, ang ginawa ko lang naman kasi hindi ko afford before yung tribe. Nag-aral lang talaga ako dun sa workshop. As in, sinundan lahat ng lessons. Tapos may 4-part vlog si JTL before, di ba? I'm not sure kung active pa yun. Tapos yung sa email list niya, nakasubscribe ako. Tapos lahat ng tips niya ron, ginagawa ko lang, na-apply ko lang.
Yeah.
Kaya nagmukha akong taga-tribe. Tapos, well, yun nga, tawag dito, I've gained traction na kahit papaano. But even before I joined the tribe, I promoted JTL dun sa ko. Actually, dun sa Top Dog Students eh. I'm not sure kung napanood mo yun, but I kept on repeating, John Pagulayan is my mentor, ganyan. Tapos he has this tribe, you can actually enroll doon. Tapos come batch 8, nag-open. Hindi naman sa this is, hindi sa hindi ko kailangan yung tribe. But hindi kasi more on freelancing talaga. Yung parang typical freelancing yung ginagawa ko. Kumbaga more on course creation, ganyan, etc. Education. So parang hindi ko talaga kailangan 100% mag-enroll sa tribe. But I made sure that I invest in that kasi, well, to give back to JTL, to na rin, parang to help him dun sa Kasi parang I just plan to give value dun sa tribe para para yun nga, just to pay it forward din sa iba. Parang na-bless na lang rin ako na napili ako ni Coach Gladdy na maging one of her TLs. Sa TL ako dun sa Mastermind. So parang,
pinaglaban niya yun.
Oo nga eh. Sinasabi nga niya, pinaglaban nga niya daw yun. So, ayun. I'm really blessed that people have noticed yung kaya nating ibigay ganyan sa iba. And ayun, parang to summarize that, really invest on those people who can really realize the vision that you have for yung parang mas malaking vision that you have. Kasi sometimes yung vision that we have is something that we really cannot accomplish alone, that someone else can accomplish it. So for example, parang better freelancing industry, we cannot really do that alone. So I invested in JTL. Sa Philippines, Better Philippines, if parang if you want a better Philippines, you have to vote for someone who can actually realize that. Kasi hindi lang naman tayo yung kailangan. Parang ganun. So, yun, I really appreciate that, parang that reminder. We really need that, actually.
Yeah. So, maraming, ewan ko, parang gusto ko panoorin ulit to. There's a different dynamic kasi pag ikaw yung nakikipagkwentuhan na ganito, tapos kapag pinanood ko ulit.
Yeah.
Ako, to be honest, may mga times na nagugulat rin ako sa sinasabi ko within ganitong mga context. Just nakakatawa minsan afterwards. Pero I hope people who's here has gotten value out of our geek out session. This is the first time we've actually talked, man. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
We should do this more often siguro.
Sure, sure.
No?
Basta Thursday at Friday. Game ako dyan.
Sige. Thursday, Friday. Noted.
Yeah. Para chill day tayo.
Natatawa ako dun sa pinapili mo pa ako. Hindi ko pinili yung I mean, pinili yung Tuesday, which is wala dun choices.
Yeah. Tuesday pala kasi is my contingency plan. So parang it's kasi parang usually di ba nangyari? If you're working the whole week, chine-check mo yung progress mo for the week Wednesday kasi yun yung gitna, di ba? So pag Tuesday, I'm checking kasi 3 days lang yung ko yung work week ko basically. So ang gitna ko Tuesday. So pag Tuesday, kung ano yung parang siya yung pang-balance. If Monday is not as fulfilling, then Tuesday can be todo mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that Wednesday I can ease into it. Tapos Thursday to Saturday is chill. So ganun. Kaya Tuesday lang hindi pwede basically. I can still do it Monday, Wednesday, pero mas preferred Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday. Sige. Noted on that, Coach.
Yeah.
Anyways, nirecord ko pala to. So, bigyan kita ng link. And for those who want the replay, siguro personal message niya na lang ako sa Facebook. So, I can give the link. After I i-upload ko ASAP after this. So, yun. Thank you, Coach Harry.
Yeah,
Salamat. Dami tutunan ngayon. And you guys sitting in with us.
Wala masyado palang nagtanong and stuff, pero I hope okay sa inyo. And yeah, salamat.
Thank you guys. Upload ko na lang.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Salamat, Coach. Bye-bye.